I was a has-been at the age of 23. Mother to 2 children, little girls, one 3, the other a 1.5 years. I was expecting my 3rd child. My husband left, and I plunged from poverty to destitution. But I'm here to talk to you about the fact that poverty is not an incurable disease. So there I was, 23 years old, desperately poor, a social outcast, a non-citizen in the country of my birth, which meant, among other things, that I could not access government help for my children. Oh yeah, there was an organization, the South African Child Welfare Society. It didn't cater for African children, not citizens. I became a very angry young woman. I told myself, I am angry at my husband for abdicating his responsibility. I'm angry at society that it is I left to raise 3 children alone, who is the target of its condemnation. I'm angry at the government for denying me my birthright. But above all, I am angriest at myself. How could I have let myself fall into such a stupid situation? Then I reminded myself, I had had the exceeding good fortune of parents who took their role as a God-given duty, barely literate. They had given me a model of parenting. My children wouldn't suffer just because they had one parent. I would do twice as much as I had believed I would have to do as a parent. I would be both mother and father to my children. With no other option, I went into domestic work. Did that for 4 years, including at a house in Ottery, where the lady of the house told me she needed a sleeping maid because she had to leave the house at 7 a.m. But I have nowhere for you to sleep, my girl, except the garage. I will take the job, madam, I said, because that was what my situation demanded of me. I carried in my head and in my heart my 3 starving children. 23. And I was already a perfect product of apartheid. And I hated it. I hated being poor with all my heart. And I vowed I would not be a domestic work for the rest of my life. And neither of my 2 girls would ever be domestic servants. And my son would not be a garden boy. You can say my brain finally woke up. So while I'm doing domestic work, I enroll at a correspondence college, the only available avenue then for adult education. I live in a township house with 15 other people, no electricity, so I study by candlelight. In 2 years, I completed matric. But even before I had completed matric, my situation started to improve. Mr. Ngambu, principal of Fezeka Secondary School, recruited me, asked me to join his staff. I was recruited. So, I am mothering my 3 children, seeing to their every need. I am back in teaching. But like a snail up the trunk of a tall tree, I continue the year after year pursuit of academic qualifications. My biggest dream growing up had ever only been I would be a wife and a mother. But now the vistas opened, still by correspondence. I followed that matriculation certificate with A levels, University of London, then a BA through the University of South Africa. Then I got a scholarship to go and do a master's degree in or at Columbia University. And that in turn led to a job at the United Nations, which is where Ma'am spent the last 25 years of her working life. Working at the UN headquarters in New York, where I lived with my 3 children, each one of whom has at least 1 university degree. Thank you. Did I do it alone? No. It has been a journey in the company of others, helping hands and generous and encouraging spirits. But this was help that moved me and left me in a position better than before. Was it easy? No. But the alternative would have been a living death. The plight of millions of people the world over, including here at home, in our beautiful land, South Africa. Life is a gift. We are born perfect, fitted for the business of successful living. Every child is born with their hands tightly fisted like that, bearing gifts for the world. And not a single human being is born without those gifts, which we call talents. Not a single one. And if every child were nurtured as they should, we might have discovered the cure for cancer by now. Heaven help us if those gifts were put into the tiny fists of an African female infant. So next time you see a beggar, don't feel sorry for that beggar. Feel sorry for yourself. You have no idea what you have lost because that person's gifts have gone to waste. I look at my life and lives such as mine, lives transformed against all odds, and I see something there that whatever case I look at, it looks the same, similarities. And that is determined, consistent effort to do something radically different to the examples the environment offers. Do something radically different. What if we were to use our God-given gifts to help our sisters and brothers out of poverty? Most poor people stay in poverty because they are either blind to or ignorant of all the opportunities life offers, or if they are aware of them, then they are blind to the doors that lead to those opportunities. Let us be the keys that open doors for poor people clawing their way out of poverty. Millions of poor people are waiting for us. Millions. This is what I am doing every day. I pray that more and more people like me, they're no longer poor, and those who have never been poor become keys that help others find the doors they miss or don't even know exist. Every day, that's what I do. I pray. This year, I have found a way to help 2 women go back to school and finish matric next year. Next year, a young woman will graduate, a qualified dentist. When I found her, when our lives connected meaningfully, she had too good a matric pass for me not to help her get into university, for me not to help her get a scholarship, for me not to help her find sponsors so that she wouldn't have to sell her body to eat. She had this brilliant matric pass. Guess what? She had not applied to one tertiary institution. She's graduating next year, a dentist. Real help needs to be personal. People helping people with names and faces. People to whom they relate. Open themselves so that the people they help can see their humaneness and, with luck, let them in on theirs. For that is the only way in which this threadbare web of humanity we are shall mend, so that we may all become once more that irrevocably interwoven cloth of humanity. Yes, we can eradicate poverty. It is not an incurable disease, but it will take a village. And without you, and you, and you, all of us here, that village cannot be complete. Won't you be a key? Be a key. Won't you be a key? Thank you.